Okie dokie. So I'm gonna not look at my face this whole time. This video is a two-part series where first I'm going to show how I'm sharpening my sword, and then I'm going to talk about my knives that I carry every day, which is called EDC. So here you can see I am filing away at my sword a little bit after a long day, and I am using this round file. Now I did just buy this bastard mill, but I'm using the bastard round because the bastard mill might cut as quickly, but a surface will wear out altogether. So I feel like I will get more filing out of my round file because I can find a lot more new surface over time. And a gouge on a round file is, I think, a little deeper, and then as I drag it across, I'll try to show that only on one hand so you can hear the cut. So it's making all the little metal dust. This is the windlass 1860 light cavalry saber, and as you can see, this one doesn't say windlass steel craps on it, which is an interesting thing. Oh, there it is. So it does say windlass under the felt washer, which I will change to a leather washer just like I did on my other windlass. So I tried cutting with this sword. I don't know if you can see, but the edge that Museum Replicas puts on there is just completely inadequate. And actually, so then just last night I kind of reprofiled my pocket knife here, and I could have done a little better, but it's pretty sharp. You know, I mean, I'm just gonna cut cardboard boxes at work, and it's gonna do it. So I had to reprofile it to give it a little bit more of an acute edge, which is exactly what I'm doing here. And then I think it'll cut nicely if it's a little bit of a rough edge and it's a little bit acute. So actually, to my knives, my actual EDC, which is called Everyday Carry, is this knife. And this is $5 at Home Depot, and it has the changeable blade, and I cut cardboard boxes, and I open cardboard boxes, and I cut them to open them, and I make packages, and this is what I do everything with for the most part. It's better, you know, than a regular pocket knife. But there are some tasks where I need a bulky blade, like any sort of maintenance in the building. It happens a lot where the little razor blade isn't gonna cut it, if you will. And it's not always cutting. I mean, this makes for a wedge. It makes for a little pry bar. I mean, it does a lot of things. It cuts wood. You can stab it into wood and stuff. And it has a strength. Whereas the wafer thin razor blade is just a little bit harder to use for a bunch of different stuff. So this is a 5CR15 MOV metal, which should come in at a Rockwell of around 55, but I think it's more like 50. And I'm trying to order on Knife Center a very similar looking blade shape out of S30V, which should ring in at about 58 on the Rockwell HRC scale from Knife Center. And that's why I'm kind of showing this, is because I'm talking about my Knife Center. So this knife, and if I, put that down, then I can also cut cardboard with this. And actually, sometimes I like this better, but only when it's sharp enough, I guess. But anyways, so these are the knives that I carry all the time. And so really, these are my knives. And really, this is my knife. And really, this is like, some days you think, why would you carry that? It's big, it's bulky, you do everything with this. Why do you need anything else? But I have it, and I always use it. almost every day for something. Even if it's something I could use this for, but I opened this, I put it down, I walked over here. Now I use this for a second because I don't want to walk back and forth, but I want to have this out because I'm working a lot at once and I don't want to close it, put it in my pocket, close it, put it in my pocket, take it out of my pocket. Sometimes I just get to making a bunch of packages for Walmart or something like that, and that ends up just on the table. And if I get walking away, then I still have, so sometimes I use it just because it's a second knife. And then I also use it a lot because of how wafer thin this blade is. You can't do that much with it once you want to do anything but cut cardboard. So I should introduce this as my EDC, but it's not. But that would be pretty fun. Nice big saber. I would rather do that. Alright, and the last thing is of course I bought a mill bastard file, which is pretty good because I have a smaller mill file for cleaning. But this is a rapid removal mill bastard, and you really need a square file at the tip, because if you try to use the round file to file the tip, it always comes off. And the other thing is, I might try to use it on some knives, but I'm a little bit hesitant because the dang knives will be so hard, they'll wear the file out, and then I spent $10 on a file. But I do have some other edges up here that need some reprofiling, and I might use it on those. Swords have quite a bit lower of a Rockwell. So here's an example of an edge that I might reprofile. So this is a Cult of Athena sharpening service, and it's not too bad. I mean, but then again, I could finish it all the way down to a single bevel and it would be sharper, and I may do that at one point. Bye bye.